Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost, and on this channel we're talking about the multi-dimensional approach to rapidly and radically healing and transforming during and after narcissistic abuse. And I wanted to make this video today about overwhelm and narcissistic abuse. You see, when we're in the cycle of narcissistic abuse, we go into trauma responses, right? The classic ones are fight, flight, freeze or fawn, yeah? But all the time, the narcissist is dysregulating our nervous systems, yeah? Because it's a roller coaster, because you end up walking on eggshells, because you're not sure what's going to happen next, because they will, put you on this cycle of massive highs and massive lows, love bomb and then devalue and some kind of discard, right? What this does is it dysregulates our nervous system. So our nervous system is kind of weakened, and then lots of things can seem overwhelming to us, right? With a dysregulated nervous system, it's hard for us to manifest our best lives, right? Because the universe responds to our predominant frequency, yeah? And when you're dysregulated, especially if you're vibrating at the level of trauma, you're actually attracting more trauma into your life, right? So basically, we're energetic beings and we attract things in the universe through vibration, through frequency, right? Which is more than just our conscious thoughts, right? So we are an energy body, and the frequency we're emitting in the universe will basically attract different things to us depending on what we're vibrating at. When we're traumatized and dysregulated, what we've got to do is come back into kind of stability in order to consciously create what we want in our lives. But the game of the narcissist is to dysregulate you, confuse you, make you go round in circles, not know what's coming next, right? Completely mess up your nervous system. So we've got to repair our energy field. I do a lot of work in my program Sovereign. Check that out in the description on bringing our energy back, energy exercises in order to take your power back and reset your nervous system, reset your energy system, right? This is so important. So I know for me, when I was in cycles of narcissistic abuse, I felt a lot of overwhelm, like anything could panic me, because I was just so used to the highs and lows, things going wrong, waiting for the next thing to drop, what's going to happen, not knowing what's going to happen next, always on edge, right? Which is a horrible way to live. It's a horrible way to be, right? So you might feel like that, especially if you're around narcissists, that sense of overwhelm, right? And that actually we start cutting back and which is part of the recovery, but, we tend to limit our exposure to anything stressful. But of course, when we want to follow our dreams and create what we want, then, if we're already in overwhelm, in overdrive, basically an overworked nervous system, then taking on new opportunities, going out and doing new things in the world can seem too much for us, right? So this is what the narcissist wants. I'm going to make another video on how having a strong sense of purpose does protect us from narcissistic abuse. But the narcissist wants you controlled. They want to use you as an energy source, right? A source of supply. They don't want you going out there living your best life, being really fulfilled and happy, right? Because happy and fulfilled people are the hardest to control. They want your self-esteem eroded. They want you devalued. They want you to be what they want you to be rather than a bigger expression of who you really are. So the first thing to do is start incorporating practices, even if it's just deep breaths, to regulate your nervous system. If things are getting overwhelming, don't push through. I used to push myself so hard, and all I was doing was damaging my nervous system even further, because I would just push through all my overwhelm, I mean, there is some benefit to that. Sometimes we've got to take new moves and be brave, right? There's always fear involved in change. Fear just means I'm doing something that I've not done before, or, this could go in a number of ways. I'm not certain of what's going to happen. An element of fear is healthy when we're making changes in our lives, right? Because it's all new. But what we also want while we do things is a regulated nervous system. So deep breaths, coming into our body, feeling your body can bring you right back into your body and help regulate your nervous system. I do particular energy exercises in Sovereign with my clients, but knowing when we're feeling overwhelmed, not pushing ourselves too far so that we end up with an even more dysregulated nervous system, saying that I might need some space, I might need some time, you know, this is too overwhelming, I need some space. Walking away, not getting caught up in the cycle and the absolute rubbish that the merry-go-round, the madness that the narcissist will put you on, getting out of the chaos and drama. Right? When we're in chaos and drama all the time, or a lot of the time, this dysregulates our nervous system. And our nervous system really does inform how we feel about the world, how we feel about ourselves, and how confident we are in taking, doing new things and building our lives and doing what we want. Right? When we're dysregulated, it's like, we were on tenterhooks. I know that I was scared of going out. I was scared of noises. I was scared of everything at one point, right? After like a lot of these cycles, because my nervous system was just wrecked, right? So we've really got to take time to be in our bodies, feel safe in our bodies, feel and process our emotions, right? Emotions, I teach all the time, are messengers. They all have a very important message for you. All emotions, including the ones we say are negative. And, putting our nervous system regulation as a priority, because if our nervous system is like burnt out, right, we burn out, we can't work properly, we can't operate properly, we get sick, we get ill. So deep breaths. Sometimes people meditate, listen to soothing music, do whatever it takes, right? But know also when to leave a conversation, when to get off the merry-go-round. Being in constant drama and chaos really does burn us out. And once we're in overwhelm, we get overwhelmed by the simplest things. When I'm overwhelmed, then just simple things, like just doing simple things would overwhelm me, just basic things, right? So this cycle, like being in narcissistic abuse, can really disable us, like really disarm us. Whew. So we've got to breathe, we've got to come home, we've got to stay in our bodies, we've got to allow our emotions to process. I talk about processing emotions the way that we eat food and drink water. They have to be processed. They don't just, they live in our bodies until we've actually felt what needs to be felt and released them, right? So we don't want to be numbing out all the time and, not processing our emotions. But in overwhelm, we don't process our emotions. We're just completely wired. It's like a computer system, right? With all the tabs open. That's what our nervous system's like. Like if your computer has too many tabs open, it freezes and it can't really do much. That's what happens in narcissistic abuse. And we become much less of ourselves, right? So if you want to break free and you're ready to heal, check out in the description my program Sovereign. Thank you so much for being here. Please keep liking, commenting, subscribing and sharing. Lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon.